because it's much harder to try to get the contract modified and the government to take on that liability when it doesn't have to after the award happens. You can also file a pre-award bid protest if those clauses, some of them are mandatory, they should be included, and they are inadvertently or improperly omitted, in which case you can file a pre-award bid protest to argue that those clauses should be incorporated into those solicitations. So the first step is, at the outset when you're bidding, to make sure you're addressing the potential risk by factoring it into your price or by making sure there are clauses that can help protect you, as well as the excusable delay clauses, which are like force majeure clauses. And then it's important for contractors to document, like I had mentioned before, as they're going through performance, to document the tariff costs that they are incurring so that, ideally they have those clauses and can rely on them. If new tariffs are imposing new costs, they need to give notice to the contracting officer under most of these clauses pretty promptly to let them know about the increased costs, and they need to be able to track what those costs are. So it's important to, to the extent possible, to have that separate line item for what the tariff is that they're paying rather than wrapped up into a cost. Otherwise, government won't have the support that it needs to really justify providing a cost adjustment or excusable delay. You have to be able to justify that it really is this tariff that's been imposed that has caused a supply shortage, for instance. You can't deliver on time. So that documentation and notice during performance are also really important aspects.
That's great, Jackie. I think that gives government contractors a good place to start and what to be aware of when they're considering the tariffs, the changes around tariffs, and what they should be looking at. And it seems like it would be a good time, if they haven't already, to make sure they're talking to an attorney who's familiar with government contracts like yourself.
I would say absolutely. So when, we do pre-award protests all the time. So we absolutely can help with that negotiation at the beginning, to look at the solicitation and say, hey, can we negotiate getting clauses in here that can help protect you? So helping at the front end by looking at, what's missing and what's there and what is your risk level based on the type of contract that it is. And then also helping during performance to help put together a request for equitable adjustment or a claim to go after that cost adjustment, or to help get any delay that is incurred to have it be excused.